Have you ever wondered what it really takes to build a strong, meaningful connection with the women in your life? Relationships are complex, and understanding the deeper layers of someone's emotions and behavior is no easy task. But today, we're diving into a topic that every man needs to know. This video is all about uncovering 7 key weaknesses that women experience. But before we go any further, let's get something straight. When we say weaknesses, we're not talking about flaws or faults. No one is perfect, not men, not women. Instead, these weaknesses are moments where women might feel vulnerable, areas where they need more understanding and emotional support. Why is this important? Because understanding these areas can transform your relationships, whether it's with your partner, a family member, or even a close friend. When you know what someone truly needs, you can be there for them in ways that build trust, respect, and even love. Think about it. How often do we try to navigate relationships without really understanding what's going on beneath the surface? We get caught up in assumptions, misunderstandings, and frustration. But what if you could have a roadmap, a guide to understanding women on a deeper level? That's what this video is all about. Let's face it, relationships are all about connection. And when you truly get someone, when you can see the world through their eyes, it changes everything. The way you communicate becomes smoother, conflicts become easier to resolve, and the bond you share grows even stronger. Now here's the thing. Some of these weaknesses might surprise you. They're not always obvious, and many women might not even openly admit to them. But once you understand them, you'll start to notice patterns and behaviors that you might have overlooked before. So, what are we talking about exactly? Well, we're going to explore things like emotional vulnerability, the pressure women feel to meet societal expectations, and even the silent fears they carry in relationships. These insights will open your eyes to a whole new way of understanding the women in your life. And if you're thinking, why should I care about this? Let me tell you, this knowledge is your secret weapon. It's the key to building stronger, healthier relationships. It's the foundation of trust, respect, and communication. And yes, it might even make you a better person in the process. But here's the kicker. These insights aren't just about women, they're about you too. Because the more you understand someone else's experiences, the more you learn about your own. Relationships are a two-way street, and the better you understand her, the better she can understand you. So, stick around, because these 7 insights will not only surprise you, they'll change how you perceive relationships forever. Ready? Let's dive in. Weakness 1, overthinking. Have you ever noticed how women sometimes analyze everything? A simple text message, a casual comment, or even a small change in your tone of voice, these things can spiral into hours of overthinking. Why does this happen? It's not because women want to make life harder for themselves. It's often rooted in their natural tendency to seek meaning and connection in everything. Women are wired to look at the big picture and the tiny details, and while this can be a strength, it can also lead to overthinking. For example, imagine you send a short reply like K to a message. While you might think it's no big deal, her mind could go into overdrive. Is he upset? Did I do something wrong? Why is he being so short with me? And before you know it, what was a simple text becomes a full-blown source of anxiety. Now here's the key. As a man, you can help her manage this overthinking. It's not about dismissing her feelings or telling her she's overreacting. Instead, it's about providing reassurance and clarity. If you notice she's spiraling into overthinking, step in with calm, clear communication. For instance, if you sense she's worried about something, don't wait for her to bring it up. Be proactive. Say something like, "Hey, I noticed you seem a bit stressed. Is something on your mind?" This simple act shows that you're paying attention and that you care. Remember, overthinking isn't a weakness to fix. It's a part of who she is. Your job isn't to stop her from overthinking. It's to be a steady presence when her thoughts feel overwhelming. Weakness 2, emotional vulnerability. Let's move on to the second weakness, emotional vulnerability. Women are often more open about their feelings than men. They'll share their fears, frustrations, hopes, and dreams with you. But here's the catch. Being emotionally open can leave them feeling exposed. Think about it. When someone shares their deepest emotions, they're putting their trust in you. And for women, this trust can sometimes feel like a gamble. Will he understand? Will he judge me? Will he dismiss how I feel? These are the silent questions running through her mind. Emotional vulnerability is a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's what makes relationships deep and meaningful. But on the other hand, it can feel overwhelming, especially if she feels unsupported. So, how can you step up as a man? The answer is simple. Be her safe emotional space. When she's sharing her feelings, your role isn't to solve the problem or offer advice unless she asks. Your role is to listen. Here's a pro tip. When she opens up about her emotions, avoid saying things like, "It's not a big deal," or "You're overreacting." Even if you mean well, these phrases can make her feel dismissed. Instead, validate her feelings. Say things like, "I can see why that upset you," or "That sounds really tough. I'm here for you." Being emotionally available doesn't mean you need to have all the answers. It's about showing her that you're present, that you're willing to hold space for her emotions, no matter how messy they might feel. And here's the magic. When you become that safe space for her, the bond between you grows stronger. She'll feel like she can trust you with her heart, and trust is the foundation of any lasting relationship. So there you have it, overthinking and emotional vulnerability, two key weaknesses that women experience. But as you can see, they're not really weaknesses at all. They're opportunities for you to step up and create a stronger, more meaningful connection. Stick around because the next insights are just as powerful. You're about to unlock more secrets that will completely change how you view relationships. Ready for what's next? Let's keep going. Weakness 3. Need for validation. Let's start with this. Validation. What does that word even mean? It's simple. Validation is about feeling seen, heard, and valued. And here's the truth. Many women crave validation in their relationships. Now, before you jump to conclusions, this doesn't mean women are needy or clingy. No, it's deeper than that. Validation is a natural human need, but for women, it often carries extra weight. Why? Because society has conditioned women to question their worth. Whether it's through unrealistic beauty standards, career challenges, or personal expectations, women are constantly being told they need to be more. In a relationship, validation becomes her way of feeling secure. A simple compliment like, "You look amazing today," or a heartfelt, "I really appreciate everything you do," can mean the world to her. These aren't just words. They're proof that you notice her, that you value her, and that she matters to you. Here's an example. Imagine she spends hours preparing a meal, picking out an outfit, or helping you with a problem. If you say nothing, she might feel invisible. But if you acknowledge her efforts, "This dinner is incredible, thank you," or "I love how thoughtful you are," you're giving her the validation she craves. Remember, validation isn't about being fake or saying things you don't mean. It's about noticing the little things and expressing your genuine appreciation. One more thing, don't assume she already knows how you feel. Sure, you might think, "She knows I love her," or "She knows I appreciate her." But trust me, saying it out loud is what truly makes the difference. Weakness 4. Struggles with self-image. This brings us to another crucial topic, self-image. Let's face it, women are under constant pressure to look perfect. Everywhere they turn, there's a billboard, a magazine, or a social media post telling them they need to have flawless skin, a perfect figure, or the latest fashion. This societal pressure can create serious insecurities, even in the most confident women. You might notice her saying things like, "I don't feel pretty today," or "I need to lose weight." These comments aren't fishing for compliments. They're often a reflection of genuine struggles with self-image. So what can you do as a man? First, understand that this isn't about you fixing her insecurities. It's about being a supportive presence in her life. When she expresses doubts about her appearance, resist the urge to brush it off with phrases like, "Don't be silly," or "You're overthinking it." Instead, acknowledge her feelings and then build her up. For example, if she says, "I feel like I don't look good in this dress," respond with something like, "You always look beautiful to me. But if it makes you uncomfortable, let's find something you feel amazing in." Actions speak louder than words here too. Show her that you appreciate her for who she is, not just how she looks. Compliment her personality, her intelligence, her kindness, things that go beyond physical appearance. Here's a powerful tip. Notice the effort she puts into herself. If she gets her hair done, wears a new outfit, or even tries a new makeup look, let her know you noticed. A simple, "Wow, I love your hair today," can brighten her entire week. And don't underestimate the power of physical affection. A warm hug, a gentle touch, or even holding her hand can communicate, "I love you exactly as you are." The need for validation and struggles with self-image are deeply connected. When you validate her and make her feel seen, you're helping to counter the societal pressures that make her doubt herself. But remember, these aren't weaknesses to exploit. They're opportunities for you to show up as a supportive and caring partner. Be her safe space, her biggest cheerleader, and the person who reminds her of her worth, even when she forgets it herself. Ready for more? Let's move on to the next insights that will further change the way you view relationships. Keep watching. What comes next might surprise you even more. Weakness 5. Difficulty letting go. Let's talk about something you've probably noticed but may not fully understand. Women often struggle with letting go. This doesn't mean they hold grudges or want to bring up the past just to argue. It's more about how they process emotions and experiences. Women are naturally more in tune with their feelings, and because of that, certain moments, whether good or bad, can stay with them longer than you might expect. For example, let's say you had an argument a few weeks ago. While you may have moved on and forgotten all about it, she might still be replaying that moment in her mind. Why? Because women often analyze situations deeply, trying to understand what went wrong or how things could have been different. But it's not just about arguments. This applies to mistakes, regrets, or even experiences from her past, things that may have hurt her or left her feeling vulnerable. Letting go can be hard because those memories shape how she views herself and her relationships. So how can you help her let go? Patience and understanding are your greatest tools. First, don't dismiss her feelings. Saying things like, "That was so long ago," or "Why are you still thinking about this?" will only make her feel invalidated. Instead, listen to her concerns. If she brings something up from the past, acknowledge it. For example, you could say, "I understand why that's still on your mind. Let's talk about it." Another way to help is by focusing on the present. Encourage her to see how far she's come since that moment, or remind her of the positive changes she's made. For instance, if she's holding on to a mistake from years ago, you could say, "You're not that same person anymore. Look at all the growth you've achieved since then." Finally, lead by example. Show her what it means to move forward by being forgiving, both of her and of yourself. When you create a safe space for her to let go, she'll feel more confident in leaving the past behind. Weakness 6. Fear of being ignored. Now let's tackle another common struggle, the fear of being ignored. This one is big. Many women, even the most confident ones, fear feeling unimportant or overlooked in their relationships. It's not about being the center of attention, it's about knowing they matter to you. Imagine this. She's telling you about her day, but you're glued to your phone or distracted by something else. Even if you don't mean to, these small moments can make her feel invisible. And that fear of being ignored can grow over time if it's not addressed. Here's what you need to understand. Attention is love. When you give her your full attention, you're showing her that she's a priority in your life. So, how can you make her feel valued? Start with the basics. 1. Be present. When she's talking, put your phone down, turn off the TV, and focus on her. Even if it's just a few minutes, those moments of undivided attention mean everything. 2. Remember the details. If she mentions something important, like an upcoming event, a problem she's facing, or even her favorite snack, remember it. Bringing it up later shows her that you were truly listening. 3. Check in regularly. Don't wait for her to come to you with her thoughts or feelings. Take the initiative to ask how she's doing, how her day was, or if there's anything on her mind. 4. Celebrate her wins. Whether it's a small achievement at work or something personal she's proud of, take the time to celebrate it with her. A simple "I'm proud of you" can go a long way. But what if you're naturally someone who struggles with attentiveness? Don't worry, you don't need to be perfect. The key is to make consistent efforts. Here's a pro tip. Leave her little reminders that you're thinking of her, even when you're apart. A quick text saying, "Hope your meeting went well," or a note left on the kitchen counter can make her feel cherished. And remember, attention isn't just about words. Sometimes it's the small gestures, like making her coffee in the morning, planning a date night, or simply sitting beside her without distractions, that speak louder than anything else. Difficulty letting go and the fear of being ignored may seem like weaknesses at first glance, but in reality, they're opportunities for you to strengthen your bond. By being patient, attentive, and understanding, you're not just addressing these vulnerabilities, you're building a relationship based on trust, respect, and love. Ready to uncover the final secret? Stay with me, because what's coming next is the one thing every man needs to know about women. Let's wrap this up strong. We've explored 6 deep truths about women that reveal both their vulnerabilities and the unique ways you can strengthen your relationships with them. But now, it's time to uncover the final piece of the puzzle. This one is critical because it's something many people overlook. Weakness 7, overcommitment. Let's face it, women are incredible multitaskers. Whether it's juggling careers, family responsibilities, friendships, or personal goals, they often carry a lot on their shoulders. But here's the thing, this strength can also become a weakness. Women often feel the pressure to do it all. They want to be the perfect partner, the best at work, an amazing friend, and everything in between. But in trying to meet everyone's expectations, they sometimes overcommit themselves, taking on more than they can handle. And what happens next? Burnout. Overcommitment can leave a woman feeling stressed, overwhelmed, and even resentful, especially if she feels like she's doing it all alone. The problem is that many women won't admit when they're struggling. Instead, they'll push through, sacrificing their own well-being to make sure everyone else is okay. So how can you help? The answer is simple. Step up and share the load. Let's break it down. 1. Notice the signs. Is she always tired? Does she seem stressed or irritable? These are clear signs that she's taking on too much. Pay attention to her behavior, and don't wait for her to ask for help. 2. Offer support. Even small gestures can make a huge difference. For example, if she's overwhelmed with chores, step in and do the dishes or run an errand without being asked. If she's swamped at work, ask how you can help ease her day, whether it's making her lunch or giving her some quiet time to focus. 3. Encourage balance. Sometimes women need a reminder that it's okay to say no. Encourage her to set boundaries and prioritize herself. You could say something like, "You don't have to do everything. You deserve to rest too." And 4. Be her partner, not just her cheerleader. While it's great to cheer her on, true partnership means being actively involved. If you see her struggling, don't just say, "You're amazing, you've got this." Instead, take action. Whether it's planning a relaxing evening for her or taking over a task she's dreading, show her that you're in this together. When you step in to help lighten her load, you're not just making her life easier, you're showing her that she's not alone. This kind of support builds trust, deepens your bond, and makes her feel truly valued. Now let's recap what we've uncovered. 1. Overthinking. Women's minds often run a mile a minute, and your reassurance can be a calming force. 2. Emotional vulnerability. Women are more open with their emotions, and being a safe space for her can create a deeper connection. 3. Need for validation. A little appreciation goes a long way in making her feel loved. 4. Struggles with self-image. Kindness and support can help her combat societal pressures. 5. Difficulty letting go. With patience and understanding, you can help her move forward. 6. Fear of being ignored. Attention shows her that she matters. 7. Overcommitment. Sharing the load ensures she doesn't feel overwhelmed or burnt out. Now here's the most important takeaway. These weaknesses are not flaws. They're simply areas where women feel more vulnerable. Understanding them isn't about judgment. It's about building trust, empathy, and connection. When you approach these truths with compassion, you'll not only improve your relationship, you'll create a partnership where both of you feel valued, respected, and understood. So, here's my question for you. Are you ready to transform your relationships? Take these insights and put them into action. Start by listening more, supporting her, and showing her that you're truly present. You'll be amazed at the difference it makes. And don't forget to stick around for more eye-opening content like this. If you want stronger, healthier relationships, this is just the beginning. Hit that subscribe button and let's continue this journey together. Remember, It's not about being perfect, it's about being present. See you in the next one.